Welcome to another episode of Bridges to Success, brought to you by the Immigrant Centre with the support of Rogers TV. Today we have a very interesting guest with us. Her name is Amie Membreño. She is the manager at Employment Services at the Immigrant Centre. I want to welcome you, Amie.
Thanks so much for having me.
I'm curious, I want to know about your own relationship with the Immigrant Centre. When did you start at the organization, in what role, and how did you transition to become the manager of Employment Services?
For sure. Well, I was born in Canada, but I had been living overseas for a few years, and when I returned to Canada, I really noticed how difficult it is to start over in a new country when you don't have a lot of support. And so I ended up meeting a person on the bus.
Oh.
And she was on her way to conversation groups at Immigrant Centre. And I thought, what a great organization to have. So I ended up volunteering with the conversation groups.
Oh, you started as a volunteer.
I did,
Okay.
yeah. And then later on, I applied for a position as an employment facilitator. That was back in 2011. And in 2016, the position for manager opened up, and I was able to accept that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Amie, could you give us an overview of your department and what it does, especially for those newcomers who bring beginner and intermediate levels of English?
For sure. With our employment services at Immigrant Centre, we really focus on helping people to find entry-level positions.
Okay.
So usually they're individuals with beginner, intermediate English, sometimes higher English that need a little bit more support. And so we have a 4-phase system. Our first meeting with clients, we spend about 90 minutes with them. And it's really a time for us to get to know the client, what their goals are, what their experience is, and do a bit of an assessment to see what gaps might be between what their goals are and what their qualifications are at the moment.
Perfect, yeah.
So we'll sit down with them, we'll create an action plan together, and we'll let them know about resources at Immigrant Centre, different courses that we have, but also we let them know about resources outside of Immigrant Centre.
I see.
So if we know about another employment service that at a different agency that would apply for them, then we'll also let them know about those courses or those programs. Or we might let them know about, for example, other courses available at different institutions like MTech or other training institutions, depending on what exactly they're looking for.
It's a strong referral system.
Yeah.
A strong referral system.
And we'll also let them know about, for example, associations or the sector councils for the field that they're looking in, so they can make connection and learn about training or networking opportunities. And after we've created the action plan, we also help them with their resume.
Okay.
So for those with very low English, we write the resume for them.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. Or if they don't have strong computer skills. But for those with even intermediate English or intermediate computer skills, we're working with them to help them hone their resume writing skills.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we start off with that, and then afterwards we've got other phases for job search, interviews, Canadian workplace culture, additional training, and even connection with employers.
Incredible work, especially taking into account that your clients come from different parts of the world, bring different cultures and different languages. How is your team prepared to serve such diverse clientele?
Yeah, and I think diverse is absolutely the main word for our newcomers that we're seeing. In one day, one of our employment facilitators, they might see a person that is illiterate in their mother tongue and maybe has only gone to 1 or 2 years of education. And at the same time and later on in the day, they might see a person with a PhD that's coming to Canada but has very low English skills.
I see.
So the diversity is absolutely there. What we found, when I first began, we had a lot more Canadian-born employment facilitators, which was absolutely fantastic. But we also wanted to meet the needs of our clients. So now our team has expanded. We have, at the moment, 12 team members in the employment department, but we have, our facilitators are from different parts of Africa, the Middle East, Europe, Asia, and we've even got people that have lived in the Americas and Central and South America.
Incredible.
And so really to help ensure that the cultural aspect is understood. Also for those with very low English skills, they can express themselves freely in their own language.
Amazing. Yes.
And they can even receive appointments or workshops in their own language to make sure that the knowledge and understanding is there.
Perfect. Any way to get that support given. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because of this, I know your department is very busy.
Yeah.
A lot of demand for your support. Is this creating some sort of wait list or delaying the service provision?
At the moment, we do have a wait list, but it varies.
Mm-hmm.
So the world has been changing
Yes.
almost from week to week.
Yes.
And so sometimes we were seeing humongous surges in
Yeah.
numbers of newcomers coming, and then we have also seen dips.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So at the moment, when a person either is referred to our services or requests employment services, we have a little announcement there to let them know according to their status or their language needs, like which employment facilitator and what language they need to speak, what the waiting times are. And so it's helpful to just go to our employment services website and see for a realistic idea of how long. And as much as possible, we try to under-promise and over-deliver.
Okay.
So if we have
I like
waiting
that
times
approach.
there,
That's amazing.
we're
Yeah.
usually able to see someone a little bit sooner. Or if we can, we'll try to get people in sooner than later.
I see. Well, thank you. I also know that your department offers an array of workshops. Could you tell us what they are and how they support your client's journey to obtaining that job at the end?
For sure. Again, going with the 4 phases, after the initial meeting, we will usually put people into workshops, one of which is for job search. So they're learning about job search techniques that are most effective. A lot of newcomers think that they're just supposed to use Job Bank and Indeed, but we say you only have a 2% chance of getting a job through
that
those
is true.
websites.
Yes.
So we're teaching them other techniques. Those workshops are available in various languages, and we even have recordings of concentrated versions of those workshops on our website. In addition to job search, we have job interview workshops to help people focus on the main questions, how to do research on companies, how to follow up or send thank you letters. And then we also have the Canadian Workplace Culture Workshop, which focuses on culture in the workplace in Canada, but also on how a person can protect themselves as a new employee, so that if the employer is breaking employment standards, or if there's something unsafe, or if there's some kind of harassment, that the person already has the evidence that they need to be able to contact the proper authorities or regulators to get assistance.
That's amazing.
Yeah. In addition to that,
I've heard of other workshops like customer service workshop, commercial cleaning workshop, and some more. Could you tell us a little bit more?
for sure. With those workshops, it's really focused on skills training. So if someone is looking for a job in customer service, we'll put them into the customer service and loss prevention workshop. And again, we have that workshop available in various languages. So even a person with lower English can at least learn the concepts of loss prevention, like how to prevent theft.
Perfect.
In retail space. We have commercial cleaning basics. And a lot of people at first think, why do I need a course to learn how to clean? That's not really a skilled profession. But once they take the course, they realize there's a lot of things that you can do to clean efficiently. So instead of a job taking 3 hours, it might only take an hour and a half.
Yes.
We're also teaching about safety and proper use of different equipment so that people don't get injured. Because
Makes
cleaning
sense.
is a very physical job.
Yes.
If you're cleaning all day for 8 hours,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
very easy to injure your back and then you can't work.
Yes. Absolutely.
We'll also teach about what employers are looking for in those fields so that when they go to interviews for those specific jobs, they can better answer questions in the interview.
Yes. You also have a food handler workshop, or is
We
that
do.
still going?
Yeah, so the food handler workshop, it's actually through the Manitoba government.
Oh,
And Manitoba government is allowing us to present that information.
with the certification at the end?
Yes.
Some sort of-
So normally if a person takes that course through Manitoba government, it's an 8-hour day or 6 hours of class, and then you have 2 hours to write the test the very same day.
Oh, okay.
But what we've done is we've broken it down and we've added vocabulary, we've added quizzes.
Perfect for newcomers. Perfect.
And helping newcomers to
Yeah.
really get that idea of a multiple choice test.
Yes.
Because some people are not familiar with those kind
That's
of
true.
tests.
Yeah.
And the test is available in 16 languages.
16 languages.
Yeah,
Oh,
so we
amazing.
do the course in English, but you can take the test, and so let's say you're taking the test in Spanish, you have the questions in Spanish and in English, and then you can use those two languages to really understand what they're asking.
Oh, that's incredible.
So we usually have about 95% of our clients will pass the test, and if they pass the test, they get their certification.
Okay, amazing. Amazing work, and you're very successful. The success rate at your department is 80 to 90% of clients obtaining a job within 90 days. That's what I understand. What strategies do you have in place to be so successful?
Yeah, so at present it's about 70 to 80%,
Okay.
yeah, that are finding employment within 90 days. Most of the ones that are not employed were being referred on to either different training courses or English classes, or we have a lot of people that are still struggling with childcare, or maybe they decide to
true.
move to a different community. So there are different
Situations that-
that might be better for them not to work in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
For the ones that do find employment, from the very first appointment, we really want to make sure our clients realize that we don't have jobs to give to them. We're not an employment agency.
Exactly.
Yeah, our job is to really help people to understand how they can be independent,
Prepare
how
them.
they can find work.
Yes, absolutely.
And in the end, when they find their job, it's an accomplishment. It's their own accomplishment. It's their own celebration. It's their own
Of
success.
course. Yes.
And so what we try to do is help our clients to realize these are the techniques. We're here to support you and assist you. But if they don't implement the techniques, they might not be successful as soon as they would as if they are.
Of course. You have to be proactive.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you. That is success in itself. Could you speak a little bit more about what success or a success story looks like at the employment services?
Sure, and it can vary. Again, we've had it where at our job search appointment or workshop, we give our clients their completed resume. We'll give them a list of job leads where they can go and apply for different jobs. And I myself have had it where I get a phone call an hour or two later that the first place they went to drop off their resume, they were asked for an interview and they were hired immediately.
That's great.
For other clients, it might take a little bit longer. So some of our clients, we have a number of clients that are over 60 and looking for a job, and newcomers, and struggling with the language.
Yes.
And
yes.
so we have that multi-barrier challenges of we have to make sure that we're overcoming each one of those. With those clients, it might take a little bit more time, and we might also have to break it down into more realistic steps where perhaps working full-time in a job that requires physical work would not make sense for them. So maybe instead we could find a casual job.
Right.
Or
right.
if they have their driver's license, sometimes we can help them to get a job in the field. We had it, for example, a mechanic, and he was I think he was over 60 years old, closer to 65, and looking for work. And so we said, well, you know all of the auto parts names. He wasn't actually physically capable of, getting under the engine anymore. So we found him a job as a delivery driver for an auto parts company.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah,
makes
and
sense.
it was great because he didn't have a lot of heavy lifting to do. Even sometimes he could just go to the mechanics and ask them to take the parts out of his car, which actually worked out really well. And it was about 20 hours a week, so it wasn't too much more than he could handle, and he was really happy with that.
Yeah, well, amazing work all around. I want to thank you for sharing all the information with us, in particular to our newcomer viewers. Thank you for being here today.
My pleasure.
And to our audience, thank you for tuning in. On behalf of the Immigrant Centre, I want to wish every single newcomer to Canada the best of luck in your integration journey. Bye-bye, everyone.